What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so this is something that's come out, and it involves Jaylen Brown, the Boston Celtics, and it's looking like he is perhaps looking for another suitor, another team. When you read between the lines, it doesn't sound like a guy is very happy right now in Boston. So he was asked about staying in Boston long term, and this is what he had to say via the Ringer. All right, quote: "I don't know. As long as I'm needed, it's not up to me. We'll see how they feel about me over time and how I feel about them over time. Hopefully, whatever it is, it makes sense. But I will stay where I'm wanted. I will stay where I'm needed and treated correct." Now, there was a report that, before the trade deadline, when his name was coming up and the KD trade talks, potentially KD going from Brooklyn to Boston, and ultimately he went to Phoenix, that upset Jaylen Brown. And that's not the first time his name has come up in trade talks. It's happened quite constantly. And I'm pretty sure that it irritates him. And I understand that this is a business. And if you're Boston, of course you trade him for KD. But this is the problem that I have. I don't understand why Jaylen Brown is the designated second banana in Boston to Jason Tatum. I mean, yeah, Tatum averages more points. But when I watch those two game by game, of course there are going to be some games where Tatum plays better than Brown. But to me, Brown just seems like a better player. Tatum sometimes suffers from bad shot selection. Tatum sometimes, if he's going up against a great defender, he can be stopped. Now, whenever he has the shot going, Tatum can drop 35, 40, maybe even 50 points from time to time, on occasion. But Tatum seems to me to be a guy, except for the first three. Look, I have to give it to him. The first three rounds of the playoffs last year, he was indeed playing like a superstar. But so was Jaylen Brown. Not so much in the finals. Andrew Wiggins shut Tatum down. Tatum is also not a good defender. I think Brown is a better defender than Tatum. And I think Brown is more efficient. And I think he takes smarter shots. And I just think that he's more clutch, honestly. But Brown is sometimes treated like, I don't know. Tatum doesn't seem to come up in trade talks, but Brown always does. So if I'm Brown, yeah, that would irritate me. It would aggravate me because, look, I'll tell you why I think it's BS. And I could go there in a video about something else I want to talk about, but I think I'm going to talk about it on the Patreon because I don't want to talk about it on YouTube. I'm just going to say this. We all know that Steph Curry is a better player than Klay Thompson, right? But people don't tend to make that distinction. Only really Steph Curry fans. But we're always sort of told that by the media that Tatum is a level or two ahead of Brown. Or you get that impression that Brown is like a supporting player to Tatum. He's, Pippen to Tatum's Jordan. That's the way it's sort of presented, and I don't really see that. I don't understand why Curry and Klay have always been presented as a tandem, even before the championships. But Brown and Tatum, not so much. There's always a distinction between the two. Like I said, I'm going to talk about this on the Patreon. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.